Hi guys, welcome back to Rimmel's YouTube channel. My name is Sabrina and I'm from the YouTube channel Love, Laugh and Makeup. So today I'm going to be doing a super popular video. You've probably seen it all over YouTube and it's called The Power of Makeup. So this is a challenge video and basically you have to do half of your face with makeup and the other half au naturel. I think it's great because, let's be honest, it really shows the difference, but it also reminds you that makeup is fun and you do wipe it off at the end of the day. So just experiment, go all out, and we're gonna have a nice chit chat while I do the power of makeup. Right guys, of course, I'm going to be starting off with a primer. This is the Rimmel Fix and Protect Primer. It's really going to help blur out any imperfections. I'm just going to pop that onto a duo fibre brush and buff that around one side of my face. Once I'm happy with that, I'm then going to move on to foundation. So I'm using the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. I'm in the shade Natural Beige, in case you are curious. I'm using a flat top brush and I'm going to first of all pack that onto skin. So press it around the face, and then once I've done that, I am going to start doing like circular motion and just buffing it into the skin. Whoa, we can really see that foundation can make a difference and really smooth out that canvas. Okay, so I'm going to move on to concealer. Now, as I've used the Match Perfection foundation, I'm going to use the concealer to match it. And I'm using this in the shade Classic Beige. So I've just dabbed it along there and pulled it along to the back of the cheekbone. Using an oval brush, a really small one, I'm going to start with downward motion and then getting really close to that waterline and going in the inner tear duct area. And I'm just going to lightly start to buff all of that out. Going to pop some of that onto the top of the lid just to help with any discoloration as well that I may have there. And I'm going to use the warmth of my fingers just to pat that out. So moving on and doing a little dance for you, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Magnif Eyes, and this has like a really nice creamy sort of texture to it, and I'm going to be using it as a base for the eyeshadow. As you can see, it's a really nice bronzy brown colour. And of course, I'm just going to buff that out because it'd be very, very weird just to leave it looking like that. So I'm just going to gently diffuse all of that and buff that out with a clean blending brush. Right, I'm going to be adding some product to that waterline, and to do that I'm going to be using the waterproof eyeliner. I'm using this in the shade Starlit Black, so it's not such an intense black, it's kind of like a grey toned black. Going back to that product, I am going to run that just underneath the waterline just to connect it all, and we're just going to blend it all together so it all connects as one. I'm going to be using a Rimmel Stay Matte powder. As I've added product to the waterline underneath there, now I can set it in place. Sometimes it's easier to set your concealer in place once you have added the products underneath your waterline that need to be there. So as you can see, I'm just really pressing that into the skin. I've used the shade Transparent, so it's really nice and light. And it's also going to help lift the cheekbone area, which is always fab. Going to be using the Kate Moss Contour Kit. I've become quite a fan of this. I'm going to be swirling my brush into that contour powder, tapping off any excess product, and then just popping that into the crease. This is matte, so it's really going to help add depth. Going to be using the Rimmel Glam Eyes HD. Now this is a 5-colour eyeshadow palette, and this one is in the shade Brixton Brown. And as you can see, I'm going for this really dark colour right in the corner here. And I'm using a pencil brush and concentrating that on the outer corner of the eye. There we go, just connecting it from the bottom lash line to the top. This just helps the overall eye look as one and really smokes it out. I mean, you can see the difference there. It also elongates the eye. I just used the highlight shade from this palette and I've popped that near the inner tear duct area. Going back to the palette now, I'm going to use another dark shade in the corner and I'm just going to press that on top just to set that cream product in place, but also just to intensify it, give it a bit more of that browny tone. Right, now it's time to add some winged eyeliner. I thought I'd just wing it out because, you know, this is the Power of Makeup challenge and I thought why not. So I'm using the Rimmel 24-hour Colour Precise eyeliner in the shade Black. I'm going to start by dragging it out towards my eyebrow and then coming all the way down towards inner tear duct. And you see this area here that's bare? We're just going to fill that in. There you go, dead easy, right? I'm ready to move on. I've gone for mascara. This adds volume. So of course I'm going to start off by popping that onto my bottom eyelashes and on my top. Grabbing a fluffy brush and the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, I'm using the shade Sun Bronze. I'm just going to swirl that brush into the bronzer, tap off any excess product of course, and just gently buff it around the cheekbones and slightly onto the forehead, just to add a little bit of warmth to the skin. Just lightly dusting it onto the skin and onto those cheekbones. Going back to my Kate Moss contour kit, it's time to chisel those cheeks. Grabbing the contour shade, and we're going to just slightly dust that underneath the cheekbone area. I'm using a tapered brush, so it allows me to buff out the product, just popping that onto my cheekbones and on my temples. Now it's time to use the blusher from this palette and pop that onto my cheeks. Time for highlight, which is probably my favourite part. So of course, as you can see, I've dusted that on tops of my cheekbones and I'm just blending that out with a fan brush. Now I'm going to fix up those eyebrows. I'm using Brow This Way, which is a brow styling gel. So I'm just going to brush through those eyebrows, brush them into place, but as this is coloured, it's also going to help give the illusion of thicker, fuller eyebrows, which is very on trend this season, might I just add. I've actually gone ahead and used an angle brush just to blend out that product, so it also helps define my eyebrows. I've basically used it to brush the hairs into place, but to also lightly fill in and darken my eyebrows. You can see for yourself the difference. So I'm going for this beautiful shade of lipstick here, which is the Lasting Finish by Kate Moss. This is in the shade 48. It's so lovely. It's great for a night out. And then I'm popping on top of that one of their Oh My Gloss lip glosses. This beautiful brown colour just complements it perfectly. Right, here we have the finished look. It felt so weird putting lipstick and lip gloss on one side and not putting it all over my lips. Like, I had the urge to just wipe it everywhere, so it just feels a little bit bizarre right now. It's like, oh, I'm ready for my day, and then it's like, no, this side, I've just woken up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and let us know if you have done this video yourself. Take care guys, have a great day.